After the age of 60, your legs may begin to weaken quietly, and most older adults have no idea that it could be coming from the fruit bowl on their breakfast table. Have you ever felt like your legs are no longer as steady as they used to be? Just walking a few rounds around the house makes you look for a chair to sit down. And a simple morning walk causes a dull ache in your knees. The strange thing is, you have no injury, no swelling, no acute pain, yet your body is silently losing something very important, leg muscle strength. This is a condition that many people over 60 are facing without even realizing it. According to the National Institutes of Health, NIH, as many as 1 in 3 people over the age of 65 experience age-related muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia, and one of the unexpected causes lies in something that seems harmless, the fruit you eat every morning. That is right. Some common fruits are silently breaking down collagen, disrupting blood sugar levels, and speeding up chronic inflammation. The top 3 reasons for weakened leg muscles in older adults. Some types of fruit can even increase the risk of falling by up to 280% in just a few weeks if eaten the wrong way. But do not worry. In today's video, I will help you identify 7 fruits that may quietly harm your legs, along with healthier and easy to follow alternatives. Your body deserves a fresh start with just one small change in your morning fruit bowl. Can you guess which fruit is the most harmful? If you are ready, let us begin this journey to care for your legs starting today. After the age of 60, something strange often happens that many people overlook. You still eat regularly, you still move around the house every day, yet your legs slowly become weaker. You may feel that your steps are no longer firm. Your legs tremble slightly when standing for a long time, and climbing the stairs feels as tiring as a workout. In fact, this is not a personal issue. It is part of a process known as sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass due to aging. According to a study from Tufts University in the United States, the muscle loss process begins quietly after the age of 40 and accelerates after age 60. On average, the body loses 1 to 2% of muscle mass each year. Even more concerning, this condition not only weakens your legs, but also reduces your ability to maintain balance, increases the risk of falling, and gradually makes you rely on others for basic daily activities. One of the main reasons is the change in how your body processes energy and hormones. Your body no longer absorbs nutrients as efficiently as before. The ability to synthesize protein to maintain muscle is reduced. At the same time, internal inflammation levels rise, slowing down the body's ability to repair and rebuild muscles. What is unfortunate is that many people, when they feel leg fatigue or instability, simply assume it is a normal part of aging. But in reality, if detected early and addressed properly, you can slow down muscle loss and even regain leg flexibility just by making small changes, starting with how you choose your morning fruits. Coming up next, I will reveal the first fruit, very common, seemingly refreshing, but quietly weakening your leg muscles. Can you guess which one it is? Fruit number 7, watermelon. On hot days, nothing feels more refreshing than a cold slice of watermelon. Its bright red color, mildly sweet taste, and over 90% water content make many older adults believe it is a healthy fruit. Great for cooling down and staying hydrated. But you may be surprised to learn that watermelon is actually one of the fruits with the most negative impact on leg strength if not consumed correctly. First, watermelon has an extremely high glycemic index GI, around 80, which means that just minutes after eating it, sugar rushes into your bloodstream, even faster than white bread. This causes a sharp spike in insulin levels to handle the sudden sugar load, followed by a quick drop, creating an unstable wave of energy. For younger people, muscles may adapt temporarily. But for older adults, especially after 60, these fluctuations make it hard for muscles to maintain steady energy, leading to tired legs, slight tremors, and slower recovery after activity. Not only that, watermelon contains almost none of the key nutrients needed for muscle health, such as magnesium, calcium, or protein. This makes it a nutrient-empty food. It may be sweet and refreshing, but it does not support or protect leg muscles. In addition, most of the sugar in watermelon is fructose, a type of sugar that must be processed by the liver. In older adults, the liver may already have fat buildup or weakened metabolism. So excess fructose can trigger chronic inflammation and increase insulin resistance, making it even harder for muscles to absorb energy. A study published in the journal Nutrients in 2019 followed over 0 older adults and found that those who ate more fructose-rich but low-nutrient fruits like watermelon walked more slowly and had significantly weaker grip strength. You do not need to completely cut out watermelon, but you should not make it a daily habit. A few small pieces on a summer day are enough, and especially do not eat watermelon on an empty stomach. Instead, combine it with a few almonds or some Greek yogurt to lower the blood sugar spike and add nutrients that support muscle health. Fruit number 6, fruit juice. Many people over the age of 60 have the habit of starting their day with a glass of fruit juice. At first glance, it sounds reasonable. Everyone believes fruit is good for health, and drinking it in juice form seems easier to absorb. But in reality, when fruit is juiced, the fiber, which helps slow down the absorption of sugar, is completely removed, and this turns juice, whether homemade or labeled as 100% natural, into one of the silent culprits that accelerate muscle loss in older adults. Fiber is not just for digestion. For seniors, it acts as a protective wall that slows down the entry of sugar into the bloodstream, keeps insulin levels from spiking, and ensures muscles receive a steady supply of energy. Without this protective layer, the sugar from fruit floods the bloodstream just minutes after drinking, causing blood sugar to rise quickly, insulin to follow, then both to drop sharply. This leaves your leg muscles without a stable fuel source. A 2021 study from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism tracked a group of adults over 65 who regularly drank fruit juice. The results showed they had fasting blood sugar levels 34% higher, a 22% higher risk of insulin resistance, and 21% faster loss of leg muscle compared to those who ate whole fruit. What is even more concerning is that this effect does not only come from store-bought juice, even cold-pressed, organic, or homemade juice causes the same issue if it lacks fiber. Worse still, liquid sugar from juice bypasses your stomach's sense of fullness, making you take in more sugar without even noticing. That excess sugar quickly turns into belly fat, leading to chronic inflammation, weaker thigh muscles, tired calves, and even a shaky walking sensation. If you are drinking juice every morning thinking it is nourishing, it may be time to reconsider. Try replacing it with whole fruits, eaten with healthy fats like walnuts, Greek yogurt, or nut butter. And if you still want a refreshing morning drink, mix filtered water with lemon, mint leaves, or cuck. Fruit number 5, canned fruit. When you open your pantry and see a can of peaches, pears, or fruit cocktail labeled fresh and convenient, you might think it is a quick and still healthy option. But the truth is, canned fruit soaked in sugar syrup is one of the hidden causes of muscle weakness in your legs over time. At first glance, it still looks like fruit, colourful, sweet, and easy to eat. However, most of these fruits have been peeled, stripped of fibre, heated, and soaked in syrup made with refined fructose or high fructose corn syrup. When you take a spoonful of canned fruit, your body not only receives a quick hit of sugar, but also misses out on essential vitamins like vitamin C, potassium, and folate, nutrients that help protect collagen, support muscle structure, and improve coordination. A 2020 study published in the journal Nutrients found that older adults who ate canned fruit 2 times a week or more had a 38% higher risk of limited mobility compared to those who ate fresh or unsweetened frozen fruit. The reason lies in the sugar from syrup, which causes chronic inflammation and affects the mitochondria, the part of your cells that produces energy for muscles. When the mitochondria do not work well, muscles lack the energy needed to recover after activity, leading to long-term leg fatigue, poor balance, and a higher risk of falls. In addition, the lack of fibre and nutrients from the processing means your body receives little more than empty energy, which can increase visceral fat, especially around the belly and hips, areas that directly affect your leg movement. If you still believe that canned fruit is a temporary solution when fresh fruit is not available, it may be time to think again. Choose seasonal fresh fruit whenever possible, or go with unsweetened frozen options. And if you must use canned fruit, look for labels that say packed in water or no added sugar. Fruit number 4, raisins. They are small, easy to chew, naturally sweet, and often sold in sections labeled healthy snacks. Raisins appear in many breakfast routines for older adults, sprinkled over oatmeal, mixed with nuts, or added to whole grain bread. But few people realize that these tiny fruits contain a concentrated amount of sugar with no fiber or water to slow down absorption, making them one of the quietest contributors to muscle weakness in the legs after age 60. When you eat raisins, the sugar from the grapes, mostly glucose and fructose, enters your bloodstream quickly, causing a sharp rise in insulin, followed by a sudden drop. In older adults, the insulin response is not as efficient as it used to be. The body takes longer to process sugar, leading to extended periods of high blood sugar after meals. This prevents your muscles from receiving stable energy, resulting in tiredness, trembling legs, and frequent cramps. But it is not just the sugar. Raisins also contain a concerning compound called AGs, advanced glycation end products, which form when sugar bonds tightly with proteins like collagen. When AGs build up in muscles and joints, They stiffen connective tissues, reduce muscle flexibility, and increase inflammation in the knees, ankles, and hips. This makes your steps feel heavier and less agile. A study from the Journal of Gerontology reported that people over 60 with high post-meal blood sugar levels tended to walk more slowly and had weaker leg strength, especially when consuming fast-absorbing sugary foods like raisins. And it does not stop there. Many commercial raisins are coated in vegetable oil or preserved with sulfites, substances that can irritate the digestive system and increase overall inflammation, especially in people whose immune systems have weakened with age. If you are looking for a sweet treat that is better for your leg muscles, try replacing raisins with a few slices of fresh apple paired with almond butter, or a handful of fresh blueberries. Both provide antioxidants and do not cause a sudden spike in blood sugar. Fruit number 3, pineapple. Pineapple is a popular tropical fruit, loved for its sweet, refreshing flavor, juicy texture, and the feeling of cleansing the body after eating it. For older adults, many believe that pineapple aids digestion thanks to an enzyme called bromelain, and often choose it as a dessert after meals. However, if you realize that pineapple is also one of the fruits with the highest fructose content, and this is exactly what makes it a hidden contributor to leg muscle weakness if consumed regularly. Fructose is a type of sugar that cannot be used directly by the body like glucose. Instead, it must be processed by the liver. And in people over 60, when the liver starts to lose its metabolic efficiency and may accumulate fat, the excess fructose from pineapple can speed up the development of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD. When the liver becomes fatty, its ability to regulate blood sugar and provide energy to muscles drops significantly, leading to weakened legs, slow recovery after movement, and frequent cramps. A study published in Diabetes Care showed that older adults who consumed a diet high in fructose from fruits like pineapple had a 5 times higher risk of lower body muscle weakness compared to those who ate low sugar fruits. This not only affects walking, but also slows down recovery after falls, accelerating the aging process. Another point to note, pineapple has a glycemic index of nearly 60, which is higher than berries or citrus fruits. This can trigger a sudden spike in insulin, tiring the motor nervous system and affecting the blood flow that nourishes the legs. Although pineapple contains bromelain, an enzyme believed to have anti-inflammatory properties, recent studies from Tufts University found that this effect is minimal in older adults, especially when pineapple is consumed as juice or in canned form with added sugar. If you still want to enjoy tropical fruit, consider papaya. It has less sugar, more fiber, and provides clearer anti-inflammatory benefits for people with diabetes. Pineapple is not entirely bad, but if you are experiencing tired legs, weak liver function, or have diabetes, now may be a good time to reconsider. Fruit number 2, ripe mango. Mango is one of the most loved fruits across all ages. For older adults, a fragrant plate of ripe mango after a meal or a few mango slices in a smoothie may seem like a great way to get more vitamins. However, mango, especially when fully ripe and soft, is also one of the fruits with the highest sugar content. And this can lead to serious consequences for your muscle and joint health if eaten frequently. Just 1 cup of sliced ripe mango contains over 45 grams of sugar, even more than a can of soda. Although this sugar comes from fruit, The body after age 60 no longer processes sugar as efficiently as it once did. When you eat ripe mango, the fructose is quickly absorbed, causing a sharp spike in blood sugar and insulin, followed by a sudden energy drop. This leaves you feeling tired, weak in the legs, and slow to recover even after light activity. More importantly, the high sugar content in ripe mango triggers a process called glycation, in which sugar binds to collagen, the protein that keeps joints and muscles flexible. When collagen becomes sugar-coated, tissues stiffen, joints ache, and leg muscles lose their elasticity. A 2021 study published in Frontiers in Endocrinology found that older adults who consumed high fructose fruits like ripe mango experienced up to a 32% loss in leg muscle mass within just a few weeks. Along with noticeably slower walking speed, it does not end there. The sugar in ripe mango also promotes the formation of age's advanced glycation end products, compounds that inflame nerves and connective tissue around the joints, making problems like numbness, shaky legs, and loss of balance even worse. If you truly enjoy mango, you do not have to cut it out completely. Choose mangoes that are still slightly firm, not overly sweet, and pair them with healthy fats like Greek yogurt, walnuts, or ground flaxseed to slow down sugar absorption. But if you have noticed that climbing stairs is harder or your legs tremble when standing for too long, it may be time to say goodbye to the dripping, sweet, ripe mango that was once your joy in old age. And now we come to the final fruit on the list, soft, fragrant, often recommended after exercise, but in fact might cause muscle fatigue, cramps, and reduced endurance if not eaten the right way. Do you think it is the banana? Fruit number 1, ripe banana. Bananas are one of the most common fruits in the diet of older adults. They are easy to eat, easy to digest, require little chewing, and are rich in potassium, which all make them seem like an ideal snack to restore energy after light exercise or a morning walk. But in reality, eating ripe bananas every day may gradually weaken your leg muscles, especially if you are dealing with blood sugar issues or reduced kidney function. A ripe banana contains about 20 to 25 grams of sugar, mostly glucose and fructose, two fast-absorbing sugars, especially when the banana is soft and has dark spots on the peel. Once inside the body, the sugar from a ripe banana causes a quick spike in insulin, followed by a rapid drop, creating unstable energy for the muscles. As a result, your leg muscles may tire easily, feel shaky during movement, and recover more slowly after activity. According to a study published in Frontiers in Endocrinology, older adults who regularly consumed high glycemic foods, like ripe bananas, were more likely to have weaker thigh muscles, poorer balance, and knee fatigue after standing for extended periods. This becomes even more serious for people with prediabetes or those managing blood sugar levels. There is more to consider. Ripe bananas are very high in potassium, an essential mineral that can become a concern if consumed in excess, particularly in people with declining kidney function. When the kidneys cannot filter out excess potassium, it may lead to symptoms like muscle fatigue, legochesh, cramps, or slower reflexes. This can leave people who already struggle with muscle weakness feeling even more drained and less confident in their movements. So If you enjoy bananas, there is no need to give them up entirely. Choose bananas that are still slightly green, with no dark spots on the peel. These contain more resistant starch, a type of starch that digests slowly, helping to prevent blood sugar spikes and energy crashes. And never eat bananas alone on an empty stomach. Pair them with peanut butter, a handful of nuts, or low sugar yogurt to help stabilize your blood sugar and support strong leg muscles. You have just walked with me through a journey that may surprise many people, because no one expects that the familiar fruits in your morning fruit bowl, from watermelon juice, raisin, to ripe mango or soft banana, could quietly take away the strength in your legs, little by little, every day. But the truth is, after the age of 60, your body becomes more sensitive to sugar, to blood sugar fluctuations, and to small changes in metabolism that you may not have noticed in the past. We talked about the high glycemic index of watermelon, about how juice, even homemade, can cause glucose spikes, about the syrup in canned fruit, the AGEs in raisins, liver fat from pineapple, glycation from ripe mango, and potassium overload from bananas. All of these lead to one common result: chronic inflammation, weakened collagen, and muscles that no longer have the strength to support you each day. The good news is that you do not have to change everything overnight. Simply changing one fruit you eat most often and making a better choice can already create a big shift. For example, instead of juice, eat whole fruit with a handful of nuts. Instead of raisins, go for a few apple slices with almond butter. Instead of soft bananas, try slightly green bananas with peanut butter. Every small step you take today is a step toward protecting your muscles, keeping your balance, and maintaining independence as you age. Your legs deserve the right kind of care before they begin to speak through fatigue, trembling, or cramps. If you found today's content helpful, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell so you will not miss our upcoming videos on nutrition, agent l'exercice, and herbal tips for senior health. Are you currently eating any of the fruits on this list? Feel free to share your thoughts with us in the comments below, because strong legs are the foundation for strong aging.